Dark of winter, soft and still, your quiet calm surrounds me. Let my thoughts go where they will, ease my mind profoundly, and then my soul will sing a song of blessed song of love eternal. Gentle darkness, soft and still, bring your quiet to me. Darkness, soothe my weary eyes, that I may see more clearly. When my heart with sorrow cries, comfort and caress me. And then my soul may hear a voice, a still small voice of love eternal. Darkness, when my fears arise, let your peace flow through me.
Hello, I'm Reverend Ruth Van Lillian. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of the Emerald Coast. We are a covenantal community founded on loving kindness and a common devotion to our free faith. We recognize all the earth as sacred ground, and we welcome each other into this virtual space. We especially welcome those visiting with us today. We are so glad you are here. We invite you to check our website and Facebook page to learn more about us. We hope to touch hearts, teach minds, challenge spirits, and comfort souls. May you find refreshment and restoration in our service today.
God of light and darkness, at this time of the year, when days are short and nights are long, as we take stock of life, as we reflect on success and defeat, allow us an awareness of how far we have come. Remind us of friends and family who remain steadfast and dear to us. Remind us to bundle together and keep warm within friends and family. Rejoice with us in our accomplishments and mourn with us our losses. Help us to make workable resolutions and goals, knowing that our personal lives touch and influence the lives of others. Give us perspective to make priorities. Be with us, Eternal Spirit, as we render designs and draw blueprints for the year to come. So be it.
Hello, my name is Lisa Farley, and I'm a member at UUFEC, and I'm here today to share the book Salam Alaikum for Our Time for All Ages. Salam Alaikum means peace be upon you, and this book is about just that, and it's about the power of paying it forward while celebrating kindness and celebrating community. And I really enjoyed this book for many reasons. One reason was because it reminded me of an expression that we use in Hebrew that is Shalom Aleichem. And they're very similar and they mean the same thing. And so that was nice for me to make the connection between those two expressions. As we read this book, I have a challenge for you. There are many examples of kindness, gratitude, empathy, just being a community helper in this story. So as I'm reading the story to you, for the kids that are listening, you can listen and you can look at the pictures and try to find all the helpers and all of the people who are making a difference. So let's go ahead and get started. Salam Alaikum, a message of peace. You can try to turn off the sun. I'm still going to shine away and tell everyone we're having some fun today. We can go wherever you want to and do whatever you like. Let's just have a real good time. Assalamu alaikum. I just want to spread love and peace and all of my happiness to everyone that I meet, because I'm feeling spectacular. I love it when we love one another. Give thanks every day for this life, living with a smile on my face. Assalamu alaikum. Spread peace on the earth. There's a lot of examples on this page, I'm sure you can find. Cherish the love that is around us. Spread peace on the earth. Treasure the love. Let it surround us. Always be kind. Always remind one another. Peace on the earth every day. Assalamu alaikum. So thank you so much for letting me share that book with you guys. And I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Have a great rest of the day.
For all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all life is a gift which we are called to use to build the common good and make our own days light. For needs which others serve, for services we give, for work and its rewards, for hours of rest and love, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life, for sorrow we must bear, for failures, pain and loss, for each new thing we learn, for fearful hours that pass, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life, for all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all life is a gift which we are called to use to build the common good and make our own days light.
I'd like to offer you a meditation written by Richard Gilbert, a retired UU minister. It's entitled, Life is Always Unfinished Business. In this time of disruption of all of our lives through the coronavirus outbreak, a lot of things in my life feel pretty unfinished, and I suspect that may be true for you as well. I hope this meditation offers you a different perspective on the things that feel unfinished or incomplete in your life and in mine. In the midst of the whirling day, in the hectic rush to be doing, in the frantic pace of life, pause here for a moment. Catch your breath, relax your body, loosen your grip on life. Consider that our lives are always unfinished business. Imagine that the picture of our being is never complete. Allow your life to be a work in progress. Do not hurry to mold the masterpiece. Do not rush to finish the picture. Do not be impatient to complete the drawing. From beckoning birth to dawning death, we are in process, and always there is more to be done. Do not let the incompleteness weigh on you. Do not despair that imperfection marks your every day. Do not fear that we are still in the making. Let us instead be grateful that the world is still to be created. Let us give thanks that we can be more than we are. Let us celebrate the power of the incomplete, for life is always unfinished business.
From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and by this we live. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and by this we live.
This month, our Unitarian Universalist Fellowship will be conducting a food drive for sharing and caring of Niceville on the weekend of January 15th and 16th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday the 15th and noon through 5 p.m. on the 16th. Bring your collections to the fellowship located at 1295 Bayshore Drive, Valparaiso, Florida. The charity welcomes non-food perishables such as canned meat, tuna fish, and other canned foods, including vegetables, fruit, tomato products and cereal, rice and pasta. Hygiene products and non-food products such as dishwashing soap and laundry soap are also needed. Your generosity will be greatly appreciated.
Our fellowship and our community need our financial support. If you're a member or a friend, old or new, you can send in your pledge or other contribution by check or online at uufec.com. Our fellowship also has a tradition we call Share the Plate. Every Sunday, the cash offering and the collection plate would be split evenly between the fellowship and a local charity. Online donations to Share the Plate are split in the same way. During the month of January, Share the Plate donations will be shared with Sharing and Caring of Fort Walton Beach. Sharing and Caring is an emergency food bank providing food staples, personal care items, and vouchers for prescription medications for needy individuals and families. Thank you for your generosity.
Dear ones, I'm going to be honest with you. For me, these past few months have been rough. As the pandemic wears on, I have experienced a level of exhaustion I have not known before.
And it's not just the pandemic. It's witnessing the devastating impacts of widespread disinformation, the attacks on our democracy, the attacks on people's lives and rights. It's the attack on women's rights and reproductive health. And it is living through the increasingly frequent impacts of climate change. It has all been so much. And there is still so much grief at the loss of loved ones, family members, friends, and the nearly incalculable loss of so many lives to this pandemic. The despair is real. If you are feeling it, I want you to know you are not alone. I knew this in-between or liminal time would be more difficult than the early days of the pandemic, but I didn't really appreciate how it would feel in my body and spirit. But here's the thing that is saving me now. I have found myself out of necessity turning towards gratitude. As we enter this season of holidays and holy days, we have an opportunity to draw our attention to what sustains us, to draw our attention to the sources of love and care and gratitude in our lives. However you celebrate, holidays are a time and the rituals that surround them are an opportunity for reflection. They often invite us to remember our past, which can bring joy as well as sorrow. But they also remind us to be attentive to the present moment. The writer and activist Adrienne Marie Brown writes, "I have had to soften my grip on a fearful future narrative and return to the humility of the present." I have had to soften my grip on a fearful future narrative and return to the humility of the present. Spiritually, in my daily practice, I am leaning into gratitude and attention to the sustaining present moment because I need a way to get in touch with the sources of joy and compassion in my life. Joy and compassion are life-sustaining. We are made for joy and compassion. Leaning into gratitude for this earth, gratitude for the relationships that sustain me, leaning into the presence of love that surrounds me and all of us, leaning into the gift that is present with each breath of life. This practice is bringing more joy and light into my spirit. Gratitude is a foundation for so many of the values and qualities that we hope to nurture. Gratitude helps us appreciate our loved ones and bring more care and attention to that which matters most. With time and consistency, practicing gratitude does nurture more joy in life. It makes us attentive to the beauty and the gifts that surround us and that are not of our own making. Gratitude helps us turn our unrealized desires to an appreciation of what we already have, and for what Adrienne Marie Brown describes as the humility of the present. Gratitude is a foundation for touching the earth with reverence, a practice of seeing life and the beauty of creation as a gift and treating it as such. Practicing gratitude, being intentional in taking time to name what we are grateful for, also reminds us of our fundamental interdependence. When I ask myself, what am I grateful for? I think of the people that I love and who love me. I think of the relationships that sustain me. I think of my sweet dog and how much I love him, how grateful I am for his presence in our family. I think of the gift of the earth. I open my attention and give thanks for the blue sky or the rain, for the trees and the sun, for the wind and the life-giving water. I remember the fundamental interdependence in which I am held, in which all life is held. And I feel that as a source of strength and connection. One of the things I love most about gratitude is that it's concrete. We all know what gratitude means. We know what it is to feel thankful. On the one hand, gratitude is simple and clear. However, when we really foster an intentional practice of being mindful every day, of taking time every day to think about what we are grateful for, to think about the gifts that have come to us and sustain us, we realize that gratitude actually has the power to deeply change our perspective. It has the power to shape and reshape our communities and our culture. Gratitude is incredibly powerful. Gratitude is a concrete practice that with time unlocks a generosity of spirit and a generosity of love. Experiencing our interconnectedness, experiencing the ways that we are not isolated beings, but deeply connected and held by gifts not of our own making, inspires a generosity of spirit for ourselves and for others. It inspires a desire to nurture those connections with love, to pay more attention to what matters. So I am calling myself back to gratitude these days. I am calling myself back to a practice of gratitude to find my way through the grief and the fear and the struggle and the despair. Now, to be clear, this practice of gratitude doesn't make our grief or my grief go away. And it doesn't mean I don't still have moments of fear and anger or feel gripped by despair. Intentional spiritual practice actually makes space for all of us to welcome whatever is present in our hearts. And gratitude reminds me that that is not all that life holds for me. There are so many ways to create a regular practice of gratitude. I know people who have gratitude journals who spend a little time each day writing down 1 or 2 or 3 things that they were grateful for from that day. Many years ago, I had a practice where every time I would cross the threshold of my home, either to leave or to come back home, as I crossed the threshold, I would pause and take a breath, and I would recall something that I was grateful for from the day or from the morning. These days, I am making time in my morning practice to ask myself what I am grateful for and to open my heart to those gifts. When our spirits are worn and weary from grief and loss and fear and anger, which legitimately our spirits are rightfully weary. When we are too short with ourselves or others, too impatient or critical or negative with ourselves or others, gratitude can be a practice that nurtures in us a generosity of spirit, a generosity of kindness. So much right now seeks to isolate us, to divide us, to to wear us out and wear us down. Turning towards a concrete practice of gratitude helps combat the ways in which we are being called to isolation and division, because gratitude actually turns us toward each other. Reminds us of our interconnectedness, which is so critically, spiritually needed in our world these days. I know there are times in our lives when our despair and our grief is so great that we may not be able to even name one thing we are grateful for. I know those days are real. However, I also know that even if nothing comes, that just calling our attention to look for things we are grateful for helps open our eyes, our attention, our spirits, so that with time, we can become more aware of the gifts around us. Gratitude and practicing gratitude each day has been saving me. It's been reminding me of joy. It's been inspiring in me more joy, compassion, pleasure, humility. It's been reminding me of the gifts that are present in each moment. And finally, I want to say how grateful I am for all of you, and how grateful I am for this faith that we share. This faith that nurtures and sustains and holds me in these days. My prayer for you, my offering for you, I pray that there may be more moments of gratitude and joy in your days. And know that we are, all of us, deeply connected by unseen but real threads of compassion, of humanity and care, and that this is a source of strength and love in our lives. Blessings to you, blessed be, and I love you.
By Richard Gilbert. As we leave this community of spirit, may we remember the difficult lesson that each day offers more things than we can do. May we do what needs to be done, postpone what was not, and be at peace with what we can be and do. Therefore, may we learn to separate that which matters most and that which matters least.
Oh, we give thanks for this precious day, for all gathered here, and those far away, for this time we share with love and care. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day, for all gathered here, and those far away, for this time we share with love and care. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day.